Now, Rachel, we do have to transition to our Lifeline a bit early today because it's a long one.
Oh, I'm so excited.
However, it is maybe my favorite.
Okay.
So this is from relationship advice on Reddit.
Okay.
Keep in mind this is a long one, so buckle up. So this was actually posted on May 11th, 2020, so back in the day.
Okay.
It starts like this. I know this sounds really weird, but here it is. My boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. We met and started dating. We were both in graduate school, but I dropped out to go back to college to pursue a different career. We are both finished now and live together, making a fairly nice combined income. Our income is relevant because we could afford to eat somewhere nice when we're out and about, but he always wants breakfast food. When he was a child, his dad couldn't stand eating breakfast-type food in the afternoon or evening, so his mom would make him waffles/pancakes, eggs, and bacon in the evening whenever his dad was busy or out of town. It's a wonderful and safe memory for him. And when he goes to his happy place, he says that's where he always goes. My boyfriend is an incredibly nice and caring person. He's emotionally tuned into everyone and recognizes arising issues a long time before they occur. He loves animals and is kind and gentle with every bug, bird, and pet that he comes across.
But
he's almost always willing to turn the other cheek in social situations where someone tries to insult him or get aggressive towards him. And he usually winds up diffusing the situation, having a productive discussion about whatever the issue was.
Okay.
Except at Waffle House.
So here's your first mistake. Don't go to the Waffle House. It's terrible. I call it the Awful House. Anyways, carry on.
Anytime we're out, he wants to go to the same goddamn Waffle House and get breakfast food.
Ugh.
I'm not a big eater, so I used to not really care. I would just drink coffee and read my book while he enjoyed his food. But that became impossible once he and this one cook started chirping at each other every time we went there. My boyfriend complained about his eggs one time because he likes them a little runny and they were served hard. The cook responded by giving him scrambled eggs. When he brought it up again, the cook served him 2 hard-boiled eggs.
Okay, I love this cook.
I think it was just part of the cook's shtick, and it was kind of funny, to be honest, but my boyfriend wasn't able to laugh it off. When we left, he was kind of in a bad mood, but we didn't really talk about it. The next week, we were out getting some shopping done, and he wanted to go to Waffle House again.
No.
I suggested that we try a different place, or at least a different Waffle House location, but he only wanted the same Waffle House. We went in and sat down, and once again, the same cook served his eggs wrong. My boyfriend sort of snapped at him, and that he wasn't interested in messing around and just wanted the correct eggs. The cook then served him a piece of toast with a hole cut out in the middle with a fried egg in it.
A toasty!
My boyfriend got really mad and threw the egg toast at the cook, which made the cook come around from behind the bar and throw it back at him. They ended up sort of wrestling/fighting until my boyfriend was like, "This is," and walked out. Nobody got hurt, but the few other people in there were watching and laughing a bit. This is the craziest part. My boyfriend keeps going back and ordering eggs and getting into fistfights with the same cook.
What is that?
It's almost a ritual at this point. My boyfriend orders runny eggs, the cook serves him some other version of eggs, and then they beat the shit out of each other. I quit going with him after the second fight, but he kept going by himself. They're like Peter and the giant chicken from Family Guy. It's the weirdest thing. They physically fought like 6 or 7 times over this.
Okay.
I've tried to talk to him a few times, but he keeps saying it's a matter of principle. I've told him to talk to the manager or something like that, but he just waves it off. Apparently that cook hasn't yet made him the correct runny eggs, but it's like he spends the week learning new ways of preparing eggs to piss my boyfriend off.
Okay, how many ways are there to prepare an egg?
There's so many.
No, there is a number. Do you know how many it is?
How many?
100.
So I guess they haven't gotten to 100 yet, but it's incredible.
Okay.
The thing is, we're getting married this summer. He's accepted a job at a new city, and it'll be easy for me to find work after the wedding, so we'll be moving away from his sworn enemy Waffle House guy. He hasn't really been out since quarantine started, because obviously this was like the start of COVID. But it wouldn't surprise me if that's the first place he goes when restaurants open back up for sitting customers. But my main worry is the strange vindictive side of him I've never seen before that leads him to fight the same guy every week. The violence itself is an issue for me, but the obsession over it almost bothers me more. Should I be worried that this side of him will come up later in our marriage? How do I get him to open up about this? Is this type of obsession a choice, or is it indicative of something deeper? And that's it.
Okay.
That might be my favorite post on Reddit of all time. This one guy has... Is that not almost romantic at that point?
How could this be possible? Like, I'm honestly like, did she just make this up?
That's too specific. Like, it's like this. How do you even think something like that up?
So, I have a couple things we
Okay.
probably need to address. Breakfast for dinner is gross.
What the are you talking about?
Breakfast for dinner is gross.
What? How?
It just is.
Any food can be eaten at any time.
No.
Well, I wholeheartedly disagree
Okay.
with that. Okay.
I do not like breakfast for dinner. So immediately.
You saying that has made you my Waffle House cook now.
Okay. So here's
Sworn
the thing.
enemy.
This
Yeah.
is actually why I'm more concerned.
Okay.
So you can like breakfast for dinner, and that's your opinion.
Yeah.
I can say I don't want to eat breakfast for dinner.
Okay.
Okay, but if every time you want to go out on a date with your significant other and they just want to go to Waffle House, you can never go out to dinner together. Like, okay, Nicholas, if he liked breakfast for dinner, and I don't even know if he does, and we wanted to go out for dinner, and I didn't like it, and every single time we went out for dinner, we had to go to the Waffle House, I'd be like, you're inconsiderate to me, right? So that is actually my biggest sort of thing here is he's totally inconsiderate to how she feels about it. It's okay to compromise and go like every once in a while, but every week, like what are you doing at that point? So that's number one. Number two, and this really should not be a difficult thing to grasp. If you go somewhere and they screw up your food all the time, go somewhere else.
This is the thing. Like it's
Like it's not a matter of principle. Just go somewhere else.
It has become. He says matter of principle. Like it has become. Guys are weird in this way.
I'm giving you my money.
Guys are weird in this way. Like this has almost become like his line in the sand. Like we pick very weird like hills to die on.
But I'm giving you my money.
I know, but like I picked something very like some weird hills to die on, and this guy and like here's what I like is she prefaces a lot at the start, being like, my boyfriend is a really nice guy. Like he's like the docile, like turn the other cheek, always helps out. You know, like we both make a good living, so we're financially comfortable.
And yet we're having fistfights at the Waffle House
which
eggs.
makes me think like there's something deeper to it. Which makes me think like, is there a romantic connection between these two? And this is the only way they can express it. Is through fist fighting over eggs.
So my concern wouldn't be that this behavior crops up in your marriage. My concern, it was actually long before any of this started. My concern is that he's not considerate of your feelings and your like desires. Because it is inherently selfish to be like, every time we go out, we're going to the Waffle House. Like, first of all, number one, if you said you both make a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
You can afford to go out for a nice dinner.
Yeah.
You don't need to be spending $10 at the Waffle House. Number two, if you want to go out for breakfast for dinner, don't go to the Waffle House. Go somewhere else.
Well,
There's a reason the Waffle House is the fantasy football punishment.
Yeah.
Because it sucks.
My concern is that he will one day leave you once him and this cook express their feelings for each other, finally.
Well, they're moving away, so what's he going to do? Find somebody else to fist fight?
No,
also,
because it's
if
not...
you like your eggs, so if you do over
I like
soft,
hard eggs, or not hard boiled. Like I like I like scrambled eggs. I like fried eggs, but with the yolk like actually cooked.
Okay,
I like
soft boiled eggs, and I like over medium. I draw the line at runny scrambled eggs. Those things are disgusting.
Yeah.
And I think part of the reason I don't like breakfast for dinner is because I had breakfast for dinner one time, and it was runny scrambled eggs, and I threw up the entire night.
That's probably it. You have PTSD.
Like,
don't let one bad apple spoil the bunch.
Excuse me, when eggs are coming out your nose as a 10-year-old?
Don't let one bad apple ruin the bushel.
No.
Come on.
Maybe I'll do, you know what, if we're having breakfast for dinner, I'll do like crepes.
This seems to me...
I will not do eggs for dinner, though.
This seems to me like two macho men who are experiencing romantic feelings towards a gender they have never experienced before. And the only way they can express it is through some sort of aggression that manifests in eggs. Like the eggs, I feel like are an
I'm
excuse.
just picturing this guy whipping a toasty at the chef.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, there's effort towards this because he keeps going back there, and also the chef literally spends time finding new ways to make eggs to fuck with this guy.
Which, honestly,
Is
I
so
respect
funny.
that.
So,
I
like,
respect that.
I think, like, it's not like these guys are just, like, randomly doing this. Like, there's, like, it's like Batman and the Joker, where, like, there's a great comic where Batman or there's an episode of the Batman animated series where Batman and the Joker are fighting or something at the start of the episode, and there's this big explosion, and Batman, it basically looks almost 100% certain that Batman dies.
Okay.
And the Joker turns back into a normal person, basically. Because he says, without Batman, crime has no punchline. But then, of course, because Batman is Batman, he realized he somehow survived. And when the Joker hears that Batman is back, and keep in mind, he's working as like an accountant now, you never would have known. He turns right back into the Joker. They need each other. And I think this is Batman and the Joker. These guys right here, they need each other.
This is ridiculous behavior.
That is my favorite Reddit post of all time, I think.
That is absolutely ridiculous behavior, though.
So,
don't get in fistfights over, and stop going back. Stop.
No, they're going back because he's like, I want to see my love.
If you're in a situation where a restaurant continues to screw up your food, stop going back. If
you keep going back, maybe examine the feelings behind why you're making you go
Correct.
back. Are you in love with the cook that keeps screwing up your meal?
If you're the wife to be, I would say, honey, we need to have a chat. Why is it that every time we go out for dinner,
you go to the Waffle House?
You go to the Waffle House. Can we go somewhere else, please? For like one time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that part where he just like totally bypasses like her feelings would actually bother me the most.
So in conclusion, these two are gay lovers and I support their journey.
Yeah, she might be better off
I think
just
so.
not going to the wedding.